Alright, hey guys. I know you probably were expecting a regular theory today rather than a Q&A video, rather. I'm so mad at Disney right now, you guys have no idea. Airing 4 episodes of Star a week is just, it's too much. It's absolutely idiotic from the standpoint of marketing your show, but it's particularly difficult for somebody like me who doesn't want to fall behind in reviewing this show again. I'm not enjoying it much at all. Like, I'm enjoying the episodes. Overall, I am enjoying them. Even the ones I don't like so much, I've enjoyed critiquing them. But, man, trying to keep up with 4 additional reviews a week, it's stressful. And I'm falling into a schedule that works, but it's been difficult. That said, I'm trying to keep up my regular theory schedule, but theories take the entire week to work on. Like, I have to work on them in my spare time throughout the entire week to get them ready, and I just haven't had time to completely finish the one that was going to go up. It'll be tomorrow now when I'm recording this, rather. I don't have time to finish it. I could finish it. I could rush it. I could rush some parts of my little avatar's crappy animation. I could cut some parts out so that I don't have to animate them at all. Some parts that are a little more tangential. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to you guys. I certainly don't want to do that to my revenue, because that would put it below the 10-minute mark. I sound like a true YouTuber, don't I? So what I'm going to do, until these Star episodes are finished airing, which, I mean, we don't have that much longer, I don't think. A few more weeks, maybe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a theory, and then every second week I'm going to post one of these Q&A or podcast-style videos instead of a regular theory. They don't take nearly as long to work on. You may have been able to tell I'm trying very hard to make sure I don't have to cut any takes together in this video specifically, so that I don't have to edit it, maybe, at all. But they don't take nearly as long to work on, and it gives me more time to get the theories finished properly while still having time to get those Star reviews up and ready for you guys as soon as possible after the new episodes drop. That said, I thought if we're doing a Q&A today, I might as well look at, it's a Reddit post, I think. Yeah, it's a Reddit post. It was brought to my attention, I think it was through my Discord, and the request was to look at it and go through it point by point and respond to it, and possibly even make it an entire video, because it's a relatively long post. I'll bring it up right now so you guys can see it. It's a theory for one of the places that the show might be going with a future plot point. And I remember it's interesting. I haven't read through it again since that first time I looked at it, but I remember it's interesting. So maybe that'll be the entire video. We'll have to see. Let's go through this now. This is almost my initial reactions to it, because I don't remember everything that was in here. Here we go. Huge future plotline theory. Pink Diamond's past, and it's been updated. I don't know if it's been updated since I took the screen cap, but it was updated as of 1 month ago. We know that Pink had a long history of doing gem experiments, or at least for some reason cultivated the magic moss, gem flowers, that never really got explained. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that headcanon. I do think that she probably was experimenting. And I've given my 2 cents on why I think she was performing experiments. Either she was trying to come up with new ways for gems to reproduce, or she was experimenting regarding how she would eventually create Steven. That she wasn't exactly sure how to do it, and so performed other experiments to merge organic and gem life in order to make sure she didn't screw it up when it was time to make an actual person. Also, the sheer existence of the crystal shrimp and the crystal basilisks, those are the little lizards that we see Lion eating sometimes, just overall scream like likely gem experiments, as they're said not to be part of the gem species, but they're definitely not naturally occurring animals. They seem to be artificial creatures / hybrids, and they both resemble and have attributes of crystals or look like gem beings. What if she was experimenting, creating those and possibly things we haven't even seen yet? We don't know everything about her time on Earth, the full extent of what she hid from even Pearl, and she didn't even know about Lion. This is a long tangent here. And why would Pink even be wandering through the desert on her own with the Pride of Lynes anyways, and for something big for very important reasons. So if we take out that tangent, what if she was experimenting, or what if she was in fact experimenting, creating those, and for something big for very important reasons? Again, I think it was just possibly to build up to creating Steven, but let's finish this. They all just got completely glossed over or forgotten about them. We know that she, Pink, can heal and had similar abilities to Steven. We also know that Pink could create gem shards from dirt, and that's how she faked her shattering. What if she actually did make all of those rose quartz gems herself synthetically? That's another one of the theories that I've covered. I don't think that the bubbled rose quartzes were actually rose quartzes. I don't think rose quartz as a gem actually exists at this point. If she didn't make them full gems, they could just be fake to cover her secret identity as Rose. And we've got another parenthetical tangent here. It makes sense she made them in private, whether they're real or fake, because obviously no one else has ever seen one to know what it looks like. But what if the key to making them full sentient gem beings is exposing them to the extract fluid from the diamonds? What if she figured this out? The finished gems could be in the chest, or instructions to make them, and or the actual finished ones are the bubbled rose quartzes. It's even already been confirmed that the liquid that comes from the diamonds is essential to the injectors, and how gems have to be made. To further back this up, in Familiar, we see Steven accidentally bring a pebble to life. Not an actual pebble, a gem, as it clearly lacked one. But what if that's because it lacked what was necessary, an actual gemstone? Pink also likely did this in the past too, because it just seems weird that that bowl containing those pebbles would even be there, hidden away in the first place, and one picture on the mirror even looks to be depicting that. I mean, yeah, if Pink liked to experiment with different ways to create gem life, it's definitely possible that she was experimenting on the pebbles. I think that would mean, though, then that pebbles are created in a different way than other gems. I don't think that the thing that Steven brought to life by accident was intended to be something different than one of the actual pebbles, even if it didn't have a visual gemstone. It just doesn't make sense that a gem can be created without a gemstone. The gemstone is the gem. Their body is nothing. It doesn't even really exist. So how could you create a gem, a full gem with a full body, if it doesn't have a gemstone? It's not a gem anymore at that point. And as far as we know, the diamond extract fluid only creates gems. It doesn't do anything other than that, unless maybe it's used in other gem technology specifically designed to incorporate it. Now with the corrupted gems cured, it's finally the perfect time for this plotline. They may be cured, but there's still thousands of gem shards / forced fusion experiments, and not to mention the cluster, including bubbled gem shards / forced fusion experiments that were in the burning room with all the rest of the corrupted gems, and along with the other forced fusion experiments we saw most recently bubbled in the yellow diamond room where the crystal gems were held. Something has to be done with them. What if they can't be completely healed as their shards, but they can be put back together thanks to Steven's healing ability, and if they're exposed to the liquid, new gems are created from them. Not the old ones, but just the same type of gem, similar to the situation with Steven, creating new gem life from old gem life. And then the rest is just kind of a closing by the person who wrote this. I think that's a very interesting idea. Like, this post brings up creating actual gems from the false rose quartz gemstones, if they are actually false. I don't see any reason why that would ever happen. I don't see any reason why there would be a need to transform false gems into real gems. It just doesn't make sense. But this latter part, I could definitely see ending up being a thing. If that ends up being the case, if it ends up that Steven can create new gemstones from the broken gems, not put the original gems back together per se, but create new gemstones that can then be repurposed into new gems, I could even see those new gems having some of the original gems' memories left over within them. Something like a partial amnesiac or something. It certainly wouldn't heal them completely, but it would be the closest they could ever come, and may give Homeworld another option going forward as to how they create new gems when they need them, because if Homeworld's not going to be conquesting, tummy's rumbling a little bit, if Homeworld's not going to be conquesting anymore, and they still want to create new gems, especially as needed, they're going to need a new method to do that. And I do think that by the end of the series, there's going to be at least a hint at what that new method might be, but this might be a new method. Maybe not the new method, but a new method. I think that's very interesting. It's a very interesting idea, though I don't think it'll work for the fusion experiments, just shattered gems, because, I mean, they're fused together. You can't even separate them anymore without pieces of other gems getting in there with them. And even then, they don't have all of the shards of every single gem used to create them within their stone. Those shards are spread out throughout all of the fusion experiments, if all of them were collected for the fusion experiments in the first place. And the cluster especially, I don't think, could undergo this process. That would just be, I think, impossible. There's too many gem shards all stuck together, layered on top of each other. You'd never be able to get them apart without just breaking them worse, if that makes sense. But for shattered gems that we have all the pieces from, that are just shattered and not fused with any other gems, like the fusion experiments, I do think that it's possible that something like this could happen, and I think it'd be really interesting to see. Overall, I really like this theory. I'm definitely glad that I finally found the time to cover it. This was very well done. Kudos. So, yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A video. Expect to see more of them in the future, because again, Disney is being quite annoying right now with the way they're airing those Star Versus episodes. But yeah, let's get a discussion going about any of the topics that I covered in the video down in the comment section down below, or over in my Discord, link in the description. And also, of course, leave me more questions over on Discord if you'd like me to answer them in one of these videos. You can use my Tumblr as well. Just make sure you tell me that you want the question to be featured in a Q&A, or else I'll probably just answer it at some point myself. Either way, though, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.